Today, we will talk about top 10 foodie destinations. Eating isn't just a thing you have to do when you're traveling. It's not incidental. It's not a chore. Food, for many of us, is our entire raison d'etre. The very reason we go on holidays in the first place. We travel to taste. We live to eat. Food isn't just sustenance. It's art and culture. It's tradition and expression. It's joy. It's pleasure. So grab your fork, pick up your chopsticks, and get ready to tuck into the world's greatest culinary destinations. 1. Spain. This country has flown under the radar too long. It's time for Spain to take its rightful place among the gastronomic leaders. Spanish cuisine is as varied as French, as traditional as Italian. It ranges from Michelin-starred Magic, 3 of world's top 10 restaurants, according to the latest 50 Best list, are in Spain, to laid-back tapas culture, to classic home-style cuisine. There's incredible produce in Spain. Tu jamón ibérico is Spanish, cava is Spanish, chorizo is Spanish, the best salt-cured anchovies are Spanish, and sherry is Spanish. And then you have iconic dishes such as pala, tortilla española, churros, and more. 2. Italy. Do you even need an explanation? Do you require someone to mention pizza or pasta or risotto? Do you have to be reminded about Italian wine, or Aperol spritzes, or Italy's burgeoning craft beer scene? Or how about Italian markets, with all of that fresh produce? Cheese shops browning with formaggi, delicatessens with all their salumi, pasticcerias with their pastries and their coffee counters. The classic pork sandwiches, a whole raft of different noodle soups, plus char-grilled things, steamed things, braised things, stir-fried things. And all of these dishes are affordable, accessible, and astoundingly tasty. And then you have to consider the fact that every region, every city, every small village in Italy offers all of these things in its own unique way, with traditions that stretch back centuries. 3. Japan. Japan is the best gastronomic destination in the world. It's just so good. You would have to work very hard to get a bad meal in Japan. You would have to search high and low for someone who doesn't take the craft of preparing and serving food incredibly seriously. Everything from the cheapest convenience store, tamago sando, egg sandwich, to the most expensive nigiri at a 3-star sushi joint is absolute perfection. Eating is a true joy here. Have dinner at an izakaya, a casual snack bar, and you will understand this. Sit at the counter of a tempura joint or a katsu restaurant or a yakitori bar and watch the masters at work, and you will get it. Eat sushi that will blow your mind, and you will realize Japan is the best in the world. 4. Mexico. It's not just tacos. Mexican food is far more than this globally loved phenomenon. What about mole, the complex and intensely flavorful sauces that you will find throughout the country? Or chilaquiles, the breakfast staple of tortilla chips soaked in salsa and topped with cheese? Or pozole, the hearty soup? Or elotes, the barbecued corn with lime and crema? But then, Mexico is also tacos. Tacos al pastor, filled with charred pork and pineapple salsa. Carnitas, with confit pork. Longaniza, with spiced sausage meat. Birria, with stewed goat. Pescado, with fried fish. 5. France. Here is another country that famously loves to eat and drink. The very word, restaurant, it's French, as is chef, and bistro, and ooh la la. French cuisine is another that barely requires introduction. You know the pastries, you know the small goods, you know the bistro favorites, you know the reputation for 3 Michelin-starred excellence. What's perhaps underappreciated is the pure joy of eating in France. Though the country is maligned with the snooty waiter stereotype, the truth is that dining out in France is a pleasure, a social experience that has been lovingly refined and always paired with good wine. 6. UAE. This may sound odd. The cuisine of the United Arab Emirates isn't exactly world famous. But you're not here in Dubai or Abu Dhabi or Sharjah to eat purely Emirati cuisine. What you're here to do is enjoy the food of migrants from a whole heap of nearby countries that you may not normally be able or keen to access. We're talking Persian food, as good as any in Iran, Lebanese cuisine cooked by experts, Palestinian food, Afghan food, Pakistani food, Yes, there are plenty of high-end eateries run by celebrity chefs in the UAE, but the true gastronomic beauty of this country is in its affordable, diverse, authentic, no-frills dining scene. 7. Thailand. We can't include every country in Southeast Asia, so our apologies to Malaysia, Singapore, Myanmar, and Indonesia. We have found space, however, for Thailand, because the food in this country is as delicious as it is intensely spicy, as varied and accessible as you could hope to find. Thai cuisine is all about the balance of flavors: sweet, spicy, salty, and sour. Its curries and noodle stir-fries are legendary, but there's a lot more to Thailand's food, from salads to char-grilled meats to noodle soups and more. And it's all so cheap. As long as you can handle the heat, you will love eating in Thailand. 8. Peru. This country will surprise you. Word of Peru's gastronomic greatness is beginning to get around, but still the actual flavors, the variety, the passion, that will come as a shock. Peru is a nation that loves to eat, and one that takes culinary influence from Spain, France, China, Japan, and from its own indigenous roots. Dishes such as ceviche and even lomo saltado are well known. But wait until you try aji de gallina, a creamy chicken stew, casa, mashed potato cakes with fish, rocoto relleno, stuffed peppers, arroz con pato, fried rice with duck confit, and more. 9. India. It is absolutely impossible to quantify and categorize the food of 1.3 billion people in this small space. There is no such thing as Indian food. There is Goan food, Tamil food, Gujarati food, Bengali food, and more. There is street food, casual eatery food, high-end restaurant food. There is veg food and non-veg food. There are snacks, there are drinks, there are sweets. The thread linking all of these disparate parts is the skill with which they're prepared, the traditions of their recipes, and the succulent perfection of their execution. There's always something good to eat in India. 10. China. There has to be room for China. This country has influenced almost every other great foodie nation. Love pasta? It came from China. Big fan of ramen? Also Chinese. How about ice cream? It too was invented in China. This is a country so large that it has not one recognized cuisine, but 8 distinct styles. Some we know well, the dumplings of Cantonese food, the spice of Sichuan. Some we don't, the suits of Fujian, the dried meat of Jiangsu. But all are worth seeking out. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.